My dad was a special man. He was a world-class entrepreneur, philanthropist, and also a champion. I would like the public to know that he was genuinely a great man who cared about people.
Used to overcoming adversity and besting every challenge, Al Copeland Sr.'s diagnosis of Merkel cell carcinoma set his family on a new quest, the quest for a cure for this rare and deadly cancer.
That journey was the biggest turn in my life ever. I have never been through such a traumatic experience. I pretty much gave up working for 6 months to do everything in my power to try to save him. All I cared about was trying to find some form of research that would help him with this very rare cancer that he had. I fought the fight every day. Our family fought the fight every day, and we lost this battle.
As the family began to realize this was one fight they might not win, they not only rededicated, but expanded their efforts to make a real difference.
The Al Copeland Foundation was founded actually when my father was alive. And he stood up on Thanksgiving Day in 2007 and said, "I've got 2 wishes before I die. One is to find a cure for this cancer that I've got, and 2 is to finish building my boat and break the world propeller speedboat record." And we took both of those to heart. He died in March of 2008. And we were committed as a family. Allie and Charlie, my sisters, both were committed. They actually started it. They got it on its feet, got it going, and he got a chance to see that happen. And in his absence, the Al Copeland Foundation is a very special foundation that really represents his legacy.
Since then, much more has been learned about the cancer that took Al Copeland Sr.'s life, including that, like the common cold and the flu, it too can be caused by a virus. Viruses, named for the Latin term for toxin or poison, have the ability to hijack cells, and just like the common cold, these cancers are very difficult to treat and in many cases lethal. Globally, it's estimated that infectious agents are the root cause of 1 in every 5 deaths from cancer. So the Al Copeland Foundation and the LSU Health Sciences Center teamed up to defeat these tiny yet powerful foes on the cancer battlefront. The partnership grew out of the $1 million Al Copeland Cancer Crusaders endowed chair.
And they said the only chance I had was to remove my leg, and the chances of success were really low, 10 to 15%.
When David Davidson, who trained as an Army combat medic in the Vietnam era, heard he had bladder cancer, he knew he'd be in the fight of his life.
But my little 3-year-old grandson, he was so close to me, so I said, you know, if it's only a 5% chance, it's worth it, if there's any chance at all. Just looking in his eyes.
LSU urologic oncologist Dr. Scott Delacroix assembled a team in a marathon procedure that would be attempted at only a handful of medical centers nationally. The LSU team removed David's leg, organs, and half of his pelvis. The surgery lasted nearly 20 hours.
The surgery was in September. I was supposed to do therapy till the first of the year, and I got out before Thanksgiving.
I want to get you back on the golf course, so I want to get you fitted for that new leg.
That's my motivation.
Yeah. So I'm going to be very embarrassed when I go out and get beat by a one-legged man.
Bladder cancer is one of the cancers with a connection to viruses.
We are identifying more and more cancers that are induced by viral infections of various types. The Copeland Foundation has been instrumental in working with LSU to identify these viruses and to look at potential treatments to prevent these cancers from developing.
The Copeland-LSU partnership in viruses, cancer, and immunotherapy is focused on one of the most exciting and promising lines of cancer research today.
We have a very strong group that has studied viruses and cancer for many years, in particular human papillomavirus. But in addition to that, our school has been very strong in studying the immune system. And so we've combined both because the natural partnership here is to study viruses and cancer and the immune system so that we can develop ways of preventing or treating these types of tumors.
LSU's Dr. Michael Hagensee helped develop the virus-like particles that are the basis of the current vaccines for human papillomavirus, or HPV. He also conducted clinical trials on the Gardasil and Cervarix vaccines, which led to their approval by the FDA.
It's already been shown that it can cut the number of cervical cancers in women by more than half.
Learning how to prevent it is really learning how to save a lot of lives.
Deborah Carmouche's belief in the value of this kind of research stems from personal experience.
They called me and told me that they needed to see me and that I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. So I was afraid, and I was like, I hope I don't die, because everybody that I know had cancer died.
This mother of 4 and grandmother of 7 is the first person diagnosed with cancer in her family to survive it.
I was glad that I caught it. They caught it early enough that I was able to sit here right now. June 18 made me been a 1-year cancer survivor, and I celebrated it real well. And I would love one day just for someone to say we had a cure, you know, for cancer. And I think if they keep on researching and coming up with all these different things that fights off, eventually it'll happen.
Besides preventing cervical cancer, the HPV vaccines may also play an important role in head and neck cancers, the kind that Danny Freeman had.
In 2010, I was diagnosed with tongue and tonsil cancer, and my doctors ruled out surgery and was recommending that I get started with chemo and radiation treatments. I was told the radiation on that area of the body is very brutal, and I'd have months of misery and a lifetime of side effects.
It was when they were arranging for a feeding tube that this father of 7 reconsidered.
After some thought, I thought I might need to get a second opinion for something so serious. So actually I got 5.
LSU head and neck surgeon Dr. Rohan Walvakar was one of them.
When we saw Dr. Walvakar, and he gave us the good news that you know, he was confident that he could take care of the situation with surgery. Well, we couldn't wait to tell the kids. My wife and I called my daughters to tell them the good news, and ironically they were having lunch at Copeland's restaurant when they got the call. So he operated on me in May of 2010 and again in June of 2010, and since then I've been cancer-free.
This was not Daniel Freeman's first rodeo.
I had prostate cancer 12 years ago, which had surgery for that and have been clean and clear from that also.
Tonight's special guests are part of a growing group of cancer survivors.
They are proof positive that this works. They are proof positive that we can get this done, that we're getting this done.
All of the cancer survivors being honored tonight are living the promise of research, a promise that together we can keep. The Copeland LSU Partnership in Viruses, Cancer, and Immunotherapy is building the structure to offer our patients access to cutting-edge experimental treatments. One is a vaccine for lung cancer that only 2 other places in the country will have. Another is a vaccine for Merkel cell carcinoma that has been shown to provoke a strong antiviral immune response. And new therapies developed at LSU are moving forward into the clinics.
There is no question that these new trials save lives.
Louisiana has a very high incidence of patients with malignancies, and particularly with those that are induced by viruses. With ongoing budget cuts and reduced federal support, philanthropy is the only way that we can really continue the vital research work that is necessary.
What we're doing right now is trying to provide an experience, a New Orleans experience, a great food experience, a great entertainment experience, a great art experience for everyone that's here tonight, so that you can enjoy the moment while still helping to fight cancer, helping to find a cure. And that's why we're here tonight. And I just want to tell everyone in the audience tonight how much I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing for the Al Copeland Foundation and how much it really means to our family.
Hi, I'm Chef Douglas Cicero from Cafe Giovanni, and I am so privileged to do this event for Mr. Al Copeland. Mr. Al Copeland was one of my idols. I watched a guy come from nothing and develop a big empire in the food business. When I started Cafe Giovanni's, we only had 60 seats. We were in the worst block in the city in the French Quarter, and he brought his management party to Cafe Giovanni. It was the first time he ever did anything outside of Copeland's, and that was a big, big thing for me, for him to have his faith in me that I could do his management party.
I think this is one of the more important fundraisers of the year, mainly because cancer, in my opinion, should be at the forefront of medical research. There are way too many people dying from cancer, getting sick from cancer. My mother had breast cancer. She had beaten it. I would be proud to be a part of this fundraiser every year.
We were approached by the Al Copeland Foundation to participate in this event. Being from New Orleans and having multiple family members, including both of my parents, expire from cancer, kind of struck home whenever we can do something like that to help out and just make it a little bit easier for future families.
Because it's an opportunity to, support cancer research. Cancer has affected a lot of people, both people that I work with and in my family as well. And it's a great opportunity to promote the research that's being done.
I beat cancer over 15 years ago, and I think finding a cure for cancer is a great opportunity. This is my family right here, Galatoire's. And I only look for their happiness and their family's well-being, because at the end of the day, I just want them smiling. So fighting cancer is a great thing. It makes everyone happy to know that we're not going to lose people toward this. So cheers to everybody. Go Al Copeland Foundation.
I wish that the job that they're doing, it just keep growing, it just keep getting bigger, and the word just keep getting out there.
We're on a journey, and we will not be deterred. We will not be diverted. We will not be dismissed. We will not be stopped. We're going to get this thing. We can do this. We can do this.
To see people care enough to donate to a cause that is going to help us help others, it's very special.
Just know that your money is going to a very worthwhile cause, because this is something that we can beat. We get closer and closer every year, and we want to keep the fight going now, especially, And one day, everybody will be a cancer survivor.
Yes, that's going to happen. Cures are going to come. They're going to happen. They're going to be made. And they're basically saying, why not by us? Why not now? Why not here? And that's what I think is so exciting.
What excites me most is that I see a chance to win. I see a chance to have a focused, very narrowly focused approach to what we're trying to accomplish here and to win. We lost that battle with my father, but we can win this battle to find a cure for cancer. What's great about what we're doing here at Al Copeland Foundation is we realized that we really didn't lose. I mean, it's an opportunity to learn something about cancer and fight to win. We can still win this battle. We can still find a cure. That's what matters.